What's going on, guys? Andrew from North Georgia Still Company here. I wanted to go over some stuff with you guys that we've been doing lately. Um, we've been building the jacketed stills here for a little while, and we're working on several different sizes of those, and those are awesome. As it lets you run on the grain. But one of the other things we've been working on is live steam or steam injected, and we're super excited about it. It's super awesome. But we wanted to go over it a little bit and hopefully answer some of the questions that a lot of people have been having. One of the great things about it is pretty much anybody can do it. It's not anything special that you need. It's not anything super custom or anything like that. It's if you've got two still pots, you can pretty much set it up to run on the grain yourself. So, and I want to go over that so that everybody in the community understands how to do it. And they can, start doing it themselves. And so I'm going to flip you guys around here and kind of tell you guys how to set it up, or at least how we've learned to set it up, and kind of what we've learned so far. And we'd love to invite everybody in the community to go ahead and start trying this and beta testing this, and let us know kind of what you find and how it works for you. And maybe together we can all find the most efficient way to do this. So far, we've only got 3 runs of testing in with this, so we're by no means the experts, but guys, it works great, and we'd love to see more people start doing this. So let me flip you guys around here. All right, so here we are. So as you can see here, we've got our boiler here on the left, which is just heated by a regular electric element, and we've got our regular old still pot here. This is just a normal single wall still pot that most of y'all have, right? This one was custom built for a friend to do this specifically, but let me go over. We're going to start with the things that you need to know when doing this, right? So first things first, when you hook up your boiler, you need to make sure that your boiler is high enough that the mash from your still pot is not going to drain backwards into your boiler, right? The second thing would be that when you set this all up, you're going to fill your boiler all the way with water, and you're going to kick the heat on as high as it'll go. Then you'll go ahead and you're going to fill your mash with just enough mash to cover the inlet of the steam, wherever that might be, whether you're coming in down here at the elements or you've got a pipe that runs down into your still like a thumper. You want to cover it with just enough mash, and then you let that boiler heat up and start pushing steam. And as soon as you see that it's starting to violently push steam through, then you can go ahead and fill your mash the rest of the way. What this is going to do is it's going to keep from creating any back pressure or unnecessary back pressure on your boiler. If you fill this all the way and then kick your boiler on, probably not going to hurt anything. It's just not going to be as efficient. Your heat up times are definitely going to be a little bit slower. So yeah, keep those things in mind. It's great if you have a vacuum break on your boiler so that when you shut all this down, the mash isn't sucked back into your boiler here. So keep those things in mind, right? Those are things that we have learned that help, obviously, you either need to do to make this run, or that help make this run a little bit more efficiently. Another consideration, mash is thick, right? So if you've got an all grain mash or you've got an all grain fruit mash, it's thick, right? So you're going to want to consider, maybe having a bigger drain installed if you don't already have a big drain. At least a 2-inch would be great. If you've got a 1.5 inch, you can work with that. Anything smaller than that, you're going to have to get a little creative, or have something maybe installed. So I'm going to show you this setup and kind of what we've done. This one was custom built to do this, keep in mind. And then I'm going to show you another way that you guys can do this. So your boiler here with this one is piped in with this flex hose, which, by the way, the flex hose makes it really nice for setting this up, right? You don't have to hard plumb anything. You don't have to be able to solder, weld, braze, any of that. It's all tri-clamp parts that you can get online, right, and hook this up. So this one runs to this steam wand or steam pipe, whatever you want to call it, through the side of this pot and down there into the bottom, if y'all can see that. And it pushes the steam down into the mash like that. One of the other ways we can do this here is we could come up with this boiler here, and we could come over and we could push into the side of one of these elements. So we haven't tried it that way yet. We plan on in the future, but for those of you that are wanting to try this, that is going to be a quick, easy way for y'all to do this. Just push it right into the side of your still pot there. And I mean, based on everything we've learned so far, there's no reason it shouldn't work. Again, just keep in mind that you want your boiler to be set up so that your mash does not drain backwards into your boiler. For those of y'all with 2 heating elements ports, like this one here, right? You could say you don't have one of these big drains on here. You could push your steam into the top here and then rig up, buy one of these butterfly valves and stick it right there on that bottom port, right? Maybe you've only got 1 element port. You could rig up where you get a T like that, stick it on your bottom port, push the steam in, and on the other side of the T, put one of these tri-clamp drains on it. There's ways to do this. One of the things about this that's awesome is really anybody can do it. You might have to get a little bit creative. And we're going to do more testing, so you know, we might have products that help make this easier in the future. But the beautiful thing about this is just a regular still, a regular milk can, and you can run on the grain. One of the other things to keep in mind, I don't know if I mentioned it, when you fill your still, this is a 25-gallon pot. We've only been filling our still to maybe 22 gallons to leave a little bit of extra headspace. Just like with a thumper, right? This thing is going to fill up a little bit as you run. So far we've only been running this. We've run this 3 times, and all 3 times we've done it with a thumper in place. So we haven't tried it just straight to a worm, but it has run beautifully. The heads have always come off around 150 or so, 155. When we run, you know, normal, we're seeing heads come off around 160. So it's not watering things down a whole lot, if at all. And again, if you're using this for a stripping run, you're gonna water that back down anyway, right? So you're gonna strip your mash, collect all your strip mash, and water it back down for your spirit run. So, anyways, let's see. Yeah, we talked about going in the side of the elements. Here's another thing I want to grab and show y'all real quick. So this is another piece that we've custom made that we're going to try as well for going into the side of the elements. Again, you don't necessarily need this, I don't think, but we're going to test it out and see how it works, just for shits and giggles and trying to kind of find out the most efficient way to do this stuff. But again, guys, if y'all are interested in this, I highly recommend, you know, trying it out. We didn't really custom fabricate anything other than that steam one that's in this still, custom made for this. But I think you guys could literally get on Amazon, buy the fittings that you need to hook this up, and start going to town, start testing this out. I think y'all are really going to like it. It's an awesome, affordable way for hobbyists to start running on the grain. Just remember those key things I told you to keep in mind. You know, your drain, you're going to want a little bit bigger drain, or you're going to want to figure out some way. I mean, if you got a smaller drain, you could probably get away with it. Again, you just might have to get a little creative, guys. But yeah, I'd love to see people start trying this out. I think y'all are going to love it. You're going to love the extra flavor and the ease of not having to strain your grain. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'd love to see y'all start trying it out. Shine on. Almost forgot. Okay, one more consideration. So the other thing we have found is boiler size, right? This is an 8-gallon boiler and a 25-gallon still. Again, we're running probably 22 gallons in the actual still. And the boiler's probably holding about 7 gallons. That gets us almost all the way into our tails when we're doing this, even though they've just been kind of stripping runs. So boiler size, I'd say get a boiler that's about half the size of the mash that you're going to run, and that should give you plenty of water and steam to make it all the way through your run. So, yep, shine on. Just kidding. This is the last thing. Also, it wouldn't hurt to have, you know, sight glasses for liquid level monitoring and management on your boiler and even in your still, right? So you can see what's going on in there, what liquid's dropping, which one's raising, and just to keep an eye on all that so you never dry fire an element or anything like that. The boiler's full of water, so even if you do, it's not the end of the world. Cost you maybe $100, but it's not going to hurt you or anything. So That's it. Shine on.